about any facet of persecution the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has gone through. And today, after literally 20 plus years of relentless persecution on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, today we have had a breakthrough. This is a breakthrough not just for Kailasa. This is a breakthrough for every Hindu out there. And this is a breakthrough for every human being out there. Because what Kailasa is doing the revival of the true, authentic knowledge of enlightenment, the science of enlightenment being revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So it is the responsibility of each and every one of us watching this, hearing this, living Hinduism and being benefited by Hinduism. It is our responsibility to share this with the world. So all we can do is just take few minutes of our time. I'm sure we are all eagerly waiting for the Nithyananda Satsang to start. And as we are waiting, let us do our responsibility. And that responsibility is to share this news virally with the world. And eventually, we should be having, every Hindu child should be taught what has happened to us. So we take responsibility to protect this knowledge tradition, to protect this tradition which is almost becoming extinct. And so now I'm going to go ahead and... Yes, Ma, please go ahead.
Yes, I'd like to add that across the world in so many different time frames from different cultures, different cultures apart from Hindus have undergone either slavery, genocide, examples of how their cultures have stood up and made something happen for themselves to recover from that culture. For example, even after the Jewish Holocaust, how the Jewish culture, that Jewish people as a whole are able to tell their story to the world and powerfully voice out the stories of victims and survivors of the Jewish Holocaust, to the point where even they're able to establish their own sovereignty and able to protect their culture and heritage as a nation, whereas there was no nation for Jewish culture and for Jewish people. That after that, they were able to establish that and protect themselves in some way or form. In that same way, if we come together now and just share and start to voice our stories, voice the stories of victims and survivors of the Hindu Holocaust, and first of all ourselves understanding how the Hindu Holocaust is still going on, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is under the most brutal attack, has been a survivor of the most brutal attack and ongoing persecution against him. And even after the UN has recognized the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, it's our responsibility as Hindus to ensure that the whole world knows that this persecution has been recognized, it is legitimate, and that it's our responsibility that each and every person, everyone who dares to troll against Hindus, against disciples of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself, that the persecution is a legitimate thing, and they're only fueling the persecution that is happening. It is our responsibility to share and ensure that the one time we had our voices heard is being known to the world, that it is a legitimate persecution ongoing right now.
Absolutely, ma'am. And as you were sharing, I wanted to also take our attention to the official Facebook page of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And all of us who are watching us on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, and all the different social media platforms, I request everyone, if we can take a moment and just go to Facebook, the official handle of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, which is facebook.com/Paramahamsa Nithyananda. And you can search for SPH JGM Nithyananda Paramashivam on Facebook, and you will come up with this page.
Yes, and I'd like to add that, first of all, to all of the viewers who are joining in right now, if you have not already, make sure that once you have found our page, found the official page of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on Facebook, that you are
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda
Welcome back, dear viewers. Welcome back. So here you are seeing the official Facebook handle of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. I request everyone to please, I'm going to do a walkthrough, and each of us can please come along and share this news. Okay, so as we are coming, we see the first pinned post with the breaking news. The UN has published the report on the persecution of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So what we are going to do is go under this post, like the post, comment under this post, and share the post. Okay, like, comment, share. Now, the sharing of this post, you can do it, share it to your news feed and add what you feel about this. So share one or two lines saying, finally, the Hindus, the Holocaust is being brought out, or you can say very happy that the United Nations has recognized it. Whatever you feel about this, you can add one or two lines and share it to your newsfeed and send it to at least 11 of your friends on Messenger, let everybody know. And all the groups and the pages that you are a part of, at least 5 groups and 5 pages, you can share this news that the United Nations has recognized the persecution of Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa. So we're going to take the next few minutes to finish this on Facebook. I request everyone to go to Facebook, official Facebook handle, and go to the main post, like, comment, and share under the post. Like, comment, and share. I'm going to read out some of the latest posts that are comments that are coming in through. So like, comment, and share under this post. So when you click share, say share to newsfeed. And when you share to newsfeed, it will give you the option of including the original post. So you can include that original post also and go ahead and share. And you can write your own a line or two, a comment about this, and then go ahead and post it. Share it in the messenger with at least 11 of your friends. Sharing it in the messenger is very easy. You just have to click send, and it sends. So you just have to click this. So, and it sends. And then share it on a page. So whatever page that you own. So let's say I have different pages that I'm part of. So I can go ahead and share in the, let's say, Nithyananda Sannyas order page. I can go ahead and share. The United Nations has recognized the persecution of SPH and Kailasa. So you can go ahead and do this and share in a group. Whatever group that you're a part of, you can share it in the group. So let's go ahead and take the next few minutes to go ahead and do the sharing on Facebook. At least share with 11 of your friends, 5 groups, 5 pages, and make one news feed. Like, comment, and share the post.
Yes, I'd like to share while everyone is sharing right now. I'd like to share one sentiment that I have felt very deeply since the time last year in June, when we saw a complete social upheaval crisis happening surrounding the extremely brutal death of one African-American man in the United States. His name was George Floyd. And we saw after the acts of police brutality against him, how so many millions of people took to the streets, how people on social media for at least 2 months afterward were continuously speaking about the persecution and the ongoing persecution happening against the African Americans, the racist inherent laws and prejudices and the activities, the culture, the racist culture of the entire United States, as well as the popular culture that was being seriously addressed. And how across the world, not just in the United States, first of all, in the United States itself, how people peacefully protested across in so many different cities. And there was, even during lockdown, even during the time when there was so much of scare due to the COVID pandemic, people still wanted to stand up and they wanted to take responsibility. They wanted to be the cause for change. And not only in the United States, but in cities across the world, in cities like Paris, in Colombia, in so many different cities across the world, we saw people taking responsibility for change. And I'd like to contrast this, on the other hand, to the extremely brutal death, the mob lynching of 2 sadhus in India, in Palghar, of 2 mahants and 2 mahants, responsible members of the Sangha, sannyasis, who were brutally handed over to the mob to be entirely murdered. And I just like to ask one thing to all the viewers: did we, as Hindus, do justice to value the lives of our sannyasis, of the most valued members of our Hindu community? Did we do justice when persecution was ongoing? not even a week after the Palgar murders that happened, the sadhus that had been murdered, the media was entirely silent. The social media was entirely silent. And the only one who was talking about the murder and the Hindu Holocaust was the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism was the foremost advocate for the brutal persecution that happened up until even 1 month after, continuously coming for live satsangs, delivering the most profound and satsangs, and really powerfully empowering each and every one of us Hindus to stand up and take responsibility and just see the reality as it is. Our Hindu culture is at risk, and it is really, really time now that we stand up. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has courageously brought his story to the whole world, with the UN recognizing the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and his disciples, the ASMT community. And he has been, after such a long time, after 10 years of persecution, finally, after going door to door to door, literally to every lawyer, to every judiciary, to every government, to every institution asking for justice, finally, we have had our voices heard in some way and some form. It brings actually so much across the world. All the Kailasians, for all the viewers who are just now joining across the world, all the Kailasians are so immensely filled with gratitude that right now, finally, our voices are heard.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And as you are sharing, right, I invite all the viewers. See, it is important that, as what Sadashiv was sharing, it is important that we as Hindus understand and take collective responsibility for what is happening to Hinduism and raise our voices. And we can raise our voices, we can bring it to the attention just by, we are not saying let's go to the street and protest. No, we are going to bring this to the attention of the government and the influencers and the media who needs to share this with the world. And we need to share this information with the world, that whatever that has happened to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is the worst persecution of the worst possible, in the worst possible way, a totally brutal, atrocious persecution that has happened and is still happening to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And the United Nations has gone through all the persecution details, and they have recognized this persecution, recognized Kailasa as a nation. And what you're seeing on the screen right now is the official Twitter handle of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism at Sri Nithyananda on Twitter. So I request everyone to now please open your Twitter app on the phone or on the laptop and go to Swamiji's, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's official Twitter handle. And you will see at Sri Nithyananda, and it takes you to SPH JGM Kailasa Nithyananda Paramashivam page. And what we are going to do is we are going to come to this Twitter handle and take the first tweet, which talks about UN has published a report on the persecution, and click on, you like the tweet, right? You can reply to the tweet, like the tweet, reply, which is comment under the tweet, and you retweet it, right? When you click on retweet, always choose quote tweet, where you can write your own comments on top of the tweet. So you click on quote tweet and you add your comments on top of it, right? So you can say, finally, and always include the hashtag. The hashtag that we are using for this purpose is hashtag UN recognizes. persecution of SPH Nithyananda and Kailasa. So use this hashtag. UN recognizes persecution of SPH Nithyananda and Kailasa. Use this hashtag always. I'm just going to double check.
And also, yes. And also, you can tweet at the recognized Hindu leaders and also the celebrities and tweet at them, so that also we can share this news to all of the Hindu leaders, to all of the government leaders, to all of the UN leaders, and share this news that Kailasa has been recognized and the persecution against the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been recognized. Let's share this and tweet at them. So we can go to their any page. Yes. And we can go to any of their famous celebrities, anyone whom you think will have an interest to hear about the story of... Yes, Ma, I think your screen is being projected. Yes. So use these words, use these hashtags, and make sure that you can also tweet at any of the celebrities, any of the advocates, any of the leaders who you think might have an interest in Hinduism, might have an interest in the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, the persecution against him. And
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. KAILASA is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized spiritual service helping you to complete with your life negativity, withdrawal from life, self-hatred, self-denial, self-doubt, so much of tiredness, laziness. We can support you, aligning your diet, your attitude, your aptitude, your understanding about life. We can help you with everything. If you are interested in enlightenment, we will immediately bring this to you. If you are not interested, we will explain the whole science, inspire you and make you interested in enlightenment time. We need to cater this enlightenment science to the whole world wherever they are, because enlightenment is the birthright of all human beings. Kailasa is responsible to provide that to all human beings. Kailasa is the totality of the knowledge I received from my gurus and practice manifested in my life, perfected by teaching millions of people from all cultures, time zones, backgrounds, genders, nationality, race, from every creed. So this absolutely perfected knowledge available to you, served to you in your home without even you moving out of your couch, free of cost. We get you health. We get you ability to build beautiful relationships in your life. We get you direct spiritual support, and we make sure you become wealthy. We won't stop giving you just good life. We will literally not stop till you live enlightened life. Manifesting the state of Paramashiva, space of Paramashiva, powers of Paramashiva, being of Paramashiva. Whole world should become Kailasians. I want the whole world to know Hindus have something great to contribute to the world. We have something great to contribute to the world. Let us do that. Kailasa is proper customized spiritual service helping you to identify your root patterns of suffering. We have perfected the science of helping every individual from every cultural, religious, nationality background. You will have lowest reactionary assumptions, highest awakened response, alive response for life continuously. Kailasa is enlightenment ecosystem, literally enlightenment itself in your own home, wherever you are. Proper customized.
Welcome back. In the next segment of the program, we are going to be sharing with you about the significance of Paramashiva happening as the Guru, Paramashiva himself incarnating on the planet Earth to liberate us all as the Guru. So the Shastra Pramana, the reference in the Hindu scriptures, is from Guru Gita, the 21st verse. It says, Ananyas chintayanto mam sulabham paramam padam tasmat sarva prayatnena gururadhanam